New place, new path. Are there rhymes in hieroglyphs? Do not pray for yourself, says Master Pythagoras. You may know what you want, but you cannot know what you need. As I look back on my life, I see that nothing I have done eagerly has ever turned out badly for me, not even that trial. Maybe I'm not just a woman who gets what she wants, but also one that knows wishing for what's best for herself. I am Freeney, and this is my desire, my will, my story. I have a body that can befuddle men's senses. Why not share it? Isn't it unfair to others keeping myself to myself? But I could not let this beauty be just a shallow shell. It was not enough. I had to fill it with the most precious and supreme knowledge. So I learned. Philosophy, numbers, geometry, musical harmony, arts, cosmos. I learned with the curiosity of a child who experiences the world for the first time. Our discussions at symposiums, which I hosted from time to time, both fed me and made me feel hungry for more. I wished to be immortal. I could go on with this life forever, pursue this transaction I have with men as long as my mind and body remained sharp. However, our bodies are doomed to die. Body must die so that the soul can move on to another body and continue to learn and grow. You see, we have a common purpose, the soul and I. I've told you that I know what I need. Now it is time to pass this information on to the next selves. I will bury it in my soul so that it can be with me through all my journeys. Even if my body dies, let my soul not forget what it knows. And maybe if I build a dwelling place for my soul, it won't be scattered far away. Every number has a meaning, and every meaning has a number. And I have the perfect number for this gig. Beauty comes from harmony. We can sense that in mathematics, geometry, music, and tragedia, even if we are not aware. But awareness enables us to establish that harmony. And over time, we see that this harmony takes place not only within themselves, but also in the interactions of these fields with each other. When that happens, all the existence comes out as one in our minds. Life becomes more, and we begin to hear it start to sound meaningful. But if we let this journey of finding a meaning keep us from living life to its fullest, the life we search the meaning for slips through our fingers. The fact that the body is temporary should not make the pleasures we experience with it insignificant. On the contrary, we should cherish every sip that it offers us as if we drink from the ambrosia, in harmony with the cosmos, with ourselves, by letting those around us taste it too. In the year 98.2, these thoughts had already found their niche in my mind and had made me intolerant to those who advocate the virtue of condemning oneself to a long-suffering life. So I did what I do best. I made my own way. I've walked on the line between learning and remembering. This way, it wasn't overwhelming and came naturally. You should go easy on your mind if you want it to transcend many lifetimes. Now, all I had to do was listen to the sound of my soul and live this life as Orpheus played the lyre. But such a peculiar thing that I will not know whether I have succeeded in conveying this place to my later lives. The next me will know. Let my faith be the seed for the generations to come. Medieval artists' minds are quite strange. Something looks different. Colors of the books were a little bit suspicious. This is an oddly empty scene. This liar is staring at me. Now it's listening too. Is this tree really here? A voice came from the right. Farewell, Freeney. That was easy. New path, new person. Such a beautiful night. I woke up with an excitement that I could not contain that day. This year's festival had to be perfect. After last year's excessive spending and wastage, a law was enacted that restricted spending, with the influence of some families who despised our Mother Goddess belief. There were priests among us who were very upset by the situation, but I did not see it as a bad thing. The enormity of our actions began to overshadow our beliefs and ideas. Yet the abundance comes from her, and she has the power to take back the blessing she bestows. If we do not realize this, she shows us the absence so that abundance can exist. But she doesn't do it greedily, as if to take revenge. Although it hurts, she does it because she considers what's best for us, bravely, like a mother. It is no wonder that they call her the Mother Goddess in Rome. We used to call her Cybele in Phrygia. Earlier, others referred to her as Kubaba. My grandmother told me, and her own grandmother before her. Then, when they came here, my mother talked to historians through people she knew here, met travelers, visited libraries, and found traces of our goddess all over the Mediterranean without ever leaving this city. They called her Isis in Egypt. She didn't cause her lover to castrate himself, but found his castrated part for him. The Babylonians called her Ishtar, the Sumerians Inanna, the Greeks Demeter. Now the Romans call her Magna Mater. No matter what name we call her, she hears us. 44 years ago, when the state was war-torn, the sages got together and consulted the records of the ancient Greek prophets. The seers said that only if the Mother of Gods was brought to the center of the world, the state could win the war against Carthage. That's how we came here from Phrygia with the stone from which the goddess descended to our world from the heavens. As the abundance emerges from the stone, so the brutality arises from innocence, and true surrender comes after that brutality. For us, this is the essence of the holiday we celebrate for the Mother Goddess. Most Romans attend the festivities, at least its first couple of days, whether they are members of our church or not. They pick flowers, they decorate the pine tree, they eat, they drink, they drink, they drink. As it gets dark and the rhythm of the music begins to penetrate us, only the true believers remain. That's when the fascination begins. At such a moment, in the heart of the night, as I beat the taut skin of my drum, I felt the power of the goddess within me with all her might. It was as if my soul expanded. It came out of me, it was no longer mine, I was a part of it, and I fell into it, deep into it. There was only one step left, a step known only to those who dig deep. After the music we played all night, and those chaotic sounds, respecting the contrasting silence of the night, we walked towards the cave in awe, without making any noise except the faint rustle of our bare feet on the grass. Each spring equinox, the sun would rise just above the cave entrance, and at that time, sunshine would illuminate the cave walls, revealing the hunting scenes drawn by ancient people. After a long night of festival, in the cave we entered to wait for the sunrise, I fell into a slumber that I felt I should not resist. I let myself melt into the sweet sleep, and when I opened my eyes, here I was, in the Soul Palace. Can the goddess be traced back to female figurines from 35,000 years ago? What should I do with this date? As if the heart of the room is beating. It's dark in here. Fiat lux. The map has opened again. All roads led to Rome. Is this where the Smurf's hat comes from? New person, new story. It was the most beautiful chapter of our lives. Don't consider this equal to those words come from a lower mind who cannot realize it in the process but only sees it retrospectively. We were aware of the fact that for that era, we were in the best place a man could be, under the shadow of the revered Hypatia's wisdom, under her wings, inside her brain, on her path of virtue. Our beautiful port city was a vivid stage of history where different religious groups and cultures lived and melded together, but at the same time couldn't live together and destroyed each other. I was very young when Christians burned the Temple of Serapeum and its library. I barely remember it. But this brutal massacre was still a vivid memory for Hypatia. She would begin with the story of the Library of Alexandria, the fount of humanity's knowledge, where they burned all the original manuscripts gathered from all around the world, and then address its reoccurrence in Serapeum, linking it to the philosopher's obligation to set high moral standards in political life, and would remind us of our duty to lead society for the better. She would not limit her philosophical approach to the advice she gave us. She would also set an example by playing an active role in the city's politics. We were afraid for Hypatia. She was a woman, a non-Christian, and she was annoying powerful men. But she was never afraid, and she advised us the same. According to her, philosophy should be safe from strong emotions and take an apathetic stance. This was the way of walking the path of mind. Still, we were afraid. Our love for her, for the friendships we've formed around her, and the unspoken secrets we've attained together was so great that it seemed insane not to be afraid of losing it. So we decided to form a union with Synesius, who is devoted to Hypatia as much as I am. Based on the Pythagorean tenets, which we scratch its surface in our public lessons, but comprehend its depths in our secret meetings at her house, we wove the Tetractys and swore an oath to protect and preserve all those unspeakable mysteries that we saw with our own eyes and heard with our own ears at Hypatia's meetings. That day, toward noon, noises from outside woke me up in her house. We stayed all night, observing the celestial bodies, discussing and comparing our own surveys with the teachings of Ptolemy. Then I heard her scream. When I woke everyone up and ran outside, a group of Christians were gathered and tugging her out of her carriage. I yelled and tried to get to her, but I couldn't thread my way through the crowd. I don't know what I would do even if I could, though. Outraging, they grabbed her hair and dragged her along the streets. We tried to stop it, but they were so crowded, so angry. They got us too, beat us to the church, tied us down. After a while, Hypatia was brought to the church half-conscious, with her hair disheveled, her clothes torn, and blood all over her. They began counting her sins, cursing her, and skinning her with shells and broken jugs. At that moment of the lynching, we made eye contact, Hypatia and I, if only for a moment. It was as if my mind fell into her eyes, and I lost my consciousness. Some things are missing. Something is extra. Thanks, Em. A moment of silence felt good. I know this sound now. It breaks my heart to think about the moment he's returning to. That was tough, but my memory prevailed. What's happening? End of the story? Hello, it's me again. I know this is not what you expected to find, but as someone who has found them in time and experienced the rest, I can say that things are not going well. So on behalf of all of us, I have decided to break this cycle here. Yes, what Freeney started is miraculous and very precious and blah blah, but the truth is, the human mind just isn't strong enough to handle all these lifetimes. We're going crazy, you understand? You drove me crazy. You drove us all crazy. If every soul had a home like this one, then everyone would be insane and we would all be wise together. But that's not how it is. We are the insane ones. Why so are we crazy? Now you will say, perhaps there is a place where the insane lead to by going crazy, so madness is itself a path. But since it is not the path for modern societies, they do not allow them to walk it either. Maybe that is just why there were miracles in ancient times, since the pilgrims of miracles are not hindered from their own path. For those who believe in miracles have not been whipped by the lashes of the known reality. But do you know what that means? It means that while precious madness in the world is decreasing, ours is increasing. So we're going crazy. So let's get us out of this. Yes, pick up the remaining fruits of that tree and get out of here. If you need more persuasion, let me quickly tell you what happened after Ision. Salvino was a passionate translator and alchemist, forbidden to love the man he loved, and on top of that his lover had dementia. Salvino believed he could save him with alchemy, and died from poisoning from the toxic chemicals he inhaled during all those experiments. The man he loved didn't even remember him enough to mourn his death. Ines was descended from women who had struggled to survive alone for generations. They were accused of witchcraft, excluded, hunted. Still, they did not give up the struggle trying to heal people. Ines hadn't given up either, until she hears that the witch hunts have started again. Do you know what she did when she found out that the Inquisition was on its way to the village where she lived? She burned the whole village with herself and everyone in it. Then there's me. Marcella. A woman who cuts her hair short, wraps bandages around her chest, and wears trousers in order to exist in the world of men. Someone who fakes laughing at men's shitty jokes that glorify them, and doesn't talk much to avoid giving herself away. I forgot to talk to people due to talking in my head. The longer I stayed in my head, the harder it was for me to talk to people. The distance between our minds seemed to widen. That's when I was stuck in my head more and more, and that led to... you get the rest. But I can talk here, because this is inside my head, right? Always the same questions, do you hear? Am I a woman, or am I a man? Now that I've lost the boundaries of art, science, and faith, can it be solved in just one lifespan? I guess I am going mad. Or is it some kind of a divine plan? Hush now, all the doubts. Let me hear my calling. Yes, pick all the fruits and get out of here. I blended the mysteries that Salvino and Ines left behind, intertwined them, threw them in front of you so that you could get them out of the way at once. Let this be my legacy here. Yours is to end it. Farewell, M. Hmm. Green for the swan, blue for the wolf, red for the lion. As within, so without.